So we've got a lot to talk about, especially to do with the YouTuber called Payleey with over 5 million subscribers who gained all of this from mostly her shorts that had contained a Jesus baiting theme, or in other words, he would use Jesus to gain subs and views. Today, I will be exposing Payleey for the 2 new videos she released that contained false information about the YouTuber Steak and at one point even Creekcraft himself. First off, let's talk about Payleey. Payleey refuses to change in any way or form. This is proven by the fact that Payleey has not taken down any of her Jesus baiting videos, or in other words her shorts, where they trick a young audience into believing that if they don't like or sub, they love the devil and hate Jesus. Furthermore, in a video called This Is Going Too Far, he explains how he is choosing to keep them up only because of his belief that Steak wants money.
Say, but you didn't delete your Jesus shorts. I did, Steak, but since you care so much about money, now I decided to keep them up again.
First off, this is the most stupidest reason I think I've ever heard in my life. This is of course a lie, since Payleey knows that if he complies, he will lose tons of his viral shorts which are all about Jesus and the devil, mostly, which in turn will lead to less views and money. Second off, you are choosing to keep them only because Steak cares about money. I'm not confirming that Steak only cares for money, this is just what Payleey thinks. Payleey is making up excuses on this part, since why is he not deleting them because of Steak? Even if Steak did only care for money, you shouldn't keep them on just for more people to get tricked into your manipulative strategy, and that you should have deleted it all for your community instead of that one reason. But instead, you choose to let it continue just because of a false fact you made up with no proof to back it up on your video. If you truly want it to change, you shouldn't be thinking about how Steak cares for money, but think more about your reputation and your audience safety and not being influenced by this horrible content. You even admitted it was bad in your video, but haven't taken it down despite confessing it is.
And I also admit that the videos that I was doing in the past were very wrong. It's just that I was seeing so many YouTube creators doing the same approach, and they were getting actually very successful. And I decided, why not do the same thing? But now I regret doing it, and I admit, I was a terrible person back then.
What I believe is that Payleey is making this excuse to start drama again, as when the drama started the first time, her sphere of influence on YouTube skyrocketed, meaning more money was brought in. Let's dive a bit deeper into why Payleey isn't all innocent. As I've been talking, you may think I called Payleey a he on accident, but you would be dead wrong. Payleey is in fact a male, not a female. Payleey admitted this in his Exposing Myself video. However, he seems to not understand how impersonating as a female is not wrong.
A girl. Well, it's just that I kinda like more the design than the voice ones, and if I have a girl's avatar as a boy, why does it matter? Like, if I wear a girl's avatar in a game, does it make me a girl in real life too? No, it doesn't! I don't understand this logic because I've seen so many people calling me a she, even though I'm a he. I'll never understand that.
So let me just get the facts straight. You are lying to your own fan base and audience, along with being confused on why they call you a female, despite your entire channel and avatar in particular being based off a girl theme, along with your channel profile. You have not just been keeping this a secret until you revealed it, but that instead of you actually telling your fans, other YouTubers have had to step up and tell everyone the truth that you didn't reveal since the beginning, which is that you're lying about your own gender. The issue is that you are not being honest to your community, and you are literally lying to them while also allowing more drama to happen due to your decline in views ever since the first drama faded away. Accusations are always an issue for many YouTubers, especially the ones who are accused. This is what you did to Vanilla Bean, Creekcraft and Steak, but Vanilla Bean was the one who was affected the most. I'm sure you've all seen it, the clip of the stream where Vanilla Bean was shown crying due to her being harassed by the false allegations placed onto her. But guess what? That false video has not been taken down yet. In fact, none of them have. Every single one is still available for anyone to see, despite the fact it only caused pain towards the creators who had to deal with this matter along with the fans, since some believed it was the truth despite it all being false. What I see about that past situation is nothing. The videos is what I do not like. I already mentioned how Payleey said he wants to change.
I'm trying to change.
But why hasn't he deleted these then? If he really wanted to prove his point, he could have, but he hasn't at all. I'd like to clarify that I wasn't tricked by his false claimant that he wanted to change after his apology video. I made a YouTube short shaming him, and at first I believed Payleey had changed, but when I looked into Payleey's channel, I realized every single person that was in my comment section seeing Payleey changed was dead wrong. I even confirmed this in my stream afterwards, which some people agreed I was right. This was all before her new drama videos are released. If you're wondering why I've shown no proof that accusations was false, it's because Payleey made an apology video, meaning that he intentionally omitted it due to this fact. Let's talk about your friend Anna B. I don't know how to say her name, but I'm just gonna call her that. For anyone who doesn't know who Anna B is, they are a YouTuber who was known to commit false copyright strikes in the past, and that they still do it to this day, while Payleey still remains friends with them without a care. Most of these strikes have led to creators losing their channels, which some have worked years on, and that I'd like to see this again. The strikes were falsely made. Another fact is that Anna B is known also to make YouTubers pay her to take down the strikes, or their YouTube channel will be terminated as a result if they don't comply to the demands. I find it absolutely disgusting how Payleey has the audacity to defend Anna B, even though them YouTubers have not received any of their money back that they paid to remove the strikes, along with their forever terminated channels that cannot be recoverable. Now, let's get onto the accusations that Payleey had put against Steak. First off, the horrible things Steak said about Anna B is just the honest truth, since he is allowed to say this due to his own freedom of speech and the fact that it was a come-to video, meaning that he's allowed to have his own opinions and is able to speak out. This one that I will be talking about will not involve the name of the developer, since I've actually seen past incidents of people being falsely striked, so we'll just call them John. John is known to false strike people if they choose to criticize him. Payleey has claimed Steak remains friends with this John individual and in contact. I admit that Payleey is 50-50% right and wrong. They have been in contact, but that they haven't actually spoken much. Another fact to put in is that Steak was unaware of what John done, and therefore took the appropriate response to this new knowledge by removing contact from John as shown on his stream.
I'm not fucking friends with. Why does everybody keep saying that? The last thing I said to her was, you're fucking weird. And that was yesterday at 12:46 p.m. because I saw a Twitter thread about how horrible she was. I found out she was a bad person and I unadded her. I unadded her because I found out that she was a bad person. That's what you're fucking supposed to do. You have them added. I do not. I don't have them added. Look at this shit. I don't have them added. I unadded them. I unadded them. I don't like them.
Payleey also confirmed that Steak unfriended them. However, I can't really criticize only Payleey since one of her many claims was kind of true. Steak thumbnails in some of his videos are kind of unnecessary in some ways. The Squid Game doll thumbnail here is kind of unnecessary, especially with the revealing outfit shown. I know people may say I'm being an idiot, but I believe even if it's a doll, it's supposed to be seen as an innocent, childlike doll, not a sexual, revealing doll. You can also complain how kids watch his videos and therefore are having to see this type of thumbnails shown on Steak's channel, since he's the reason it's on there in the first place. His other thumbnails in particular are also quote-unquote made in a weird sexual way. I think I understand Payleey on this part, since YouTube's supposed to be about safety and safe content, not whatever these thumbnails are. Payleey mentions how Steak is a grown man, but doesn't realize the fact that everyone knows he is a grown man also, who has done horrendous content while being completely aware of the impact it had on their channels.
And I also admit that the videos that I was doing in the past were very wrong.
Steak made a stream talking about how Payleey did a face reveal and that he showed the face of who he thought was Payleey, and that Steak admitted to himself on stream that he was not certain if this individual was Payleey or not. This was not his fault, since the video was fake, as it was false information, meaning that Steak couldn't have known if it was Payleey or not. Also, Payleey claims he criticized the creator, who was a trans creator from TikTok, but that this is what he said instead of criticizing.
He also made a video falsely claiming I had done a face reveal before I ever actually revealed my face, and used it as an opportunity to mock and bash a 15-year-old trans creator.
Payleey. You are chopped. I don't know. Okay, actually, I shouldn't say this because that could just be some random person. We don't know if that's Payleey. I'm gonna call Payleey and we'll settle this beef, okay? And I will call her and I will confront her, okay?
Steak therefore was not involved in the conflict, even if there was any, and that the true culprits are the immature and arrogant people who watched his stream and assumed it was Payleey, despite his claims saying he wasn't certain. I can't remember if I mentioned this, so I'm gonna mention it anyway. Steak has confirmed to remove Payleey from Discord, and that his opinion on not liking her is fine since he's got good reasons. Her past actions, harassing his little brother, and etc. But don't say, okay, don't say this, don't say, oh, but she donated his brother Robux. Robux doesn't instantly resolve conflict. That's like saying money solves all arguments when it clearly doesn't. The final bit of information I have on this situation is that Payleey talked about how Craycraft mentioned how Uwu Cute Single is not better than Payleey, and that this clip is also falsely shown in our video.
I would compare you to Uwu Cute Single, but Uwu Cute Single actually has a brain and actually is a good YouTuber now that turned things around.
This clip was not after the apology video Payleey made, it was before the apology video. Payleey has just brought it up for no goddamn reason, since the truth is, Payleey had tons of accusations and hate since all Payleey did was make false claims to YouTubers, and that by that time, Uwu Cute Single had changed completely, whereas Payleey didn't make an apology video yet at that certain moment. Before I end this video, I'd like to confirm something real quick. This video is not made to show hate to any content creators in the video I have talked about. This video is instead a commentary and educational video that should be seen as that, since it was made in order to ensure the safety of the YouTube platform and to make people socially aware of what dangers they may face while being online on either YouTube or any other social media in particular. If I have missed any information, I would like for anyone to please confirm this on either my Discord or my comment section. Anyways, I hope you all have a good day, legends, and with that thought, I'll see you next time.